Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard, and now we are in conversation with Naveen Khemka, CEO of Essence Mediacom. He's speaking to us about the changes after the merger a few months ago between Essence and Mediacom, and how is the new agency adopting or adapting to the new work streams. Also, he's speaking to us about their half-year report card and then excitement around the festival. When asked about his big plans for Essence Mediacom going forward, Naveen Khemka says, watch out Mindshare and Wavemaker as they are on their way to become the top media agency. Listen in. Naveen, welcome to CNBC TV 18.
Thank you so much.
So it's been a few months actually since the merger happened between Essence and Mediacom. Tell us, what have been the past few months been like for you at the helm of the agency in India?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think top 3 agencies in the country and barely 6 months old now. Yeah. Barely 6 months old. We are in our 7th month right now. So I think it's been a fantastic launch for Essence Mediacom globally and also in India. I think we're really setting up this future-facing, future-first agency, future-proofing our people, future-proofing our clients, and we've really invested a lot in the last 6 months in driving the agency culture, in driving the agency product, so that we are able to go to the market with a differentiated product and able to differentiate ourselves.
What was your task in hand as a leader, and how have you, applied some of the global work streams locally within the India market while you did this, entire, merger between Essence and Mediacom?
Well, Shibani, I would say 2 things. I would say at first the agency, my task as a leader is to first get the 2 teams together. They are coming from different cultures and different ways of working. So it's very important to get the culture of the agency right. So as leadership team internally, we spend a lot of time internally understanding the people, understanding the culture we want to create. So clearly 2 things we want to do. We want to take the best of Essence and the best of Mediacom into Essence Mediacom. So the best of Mediacom would be, we are a very growth-oriented brand. Mediacom, as you know, was growing at 30-40% every year in India. So we want to retain that growth culture. And Essence, on the other hand, we're very digital first, very tech savvy. So we want to also retain that part of the culture of Essence to create something which is really what I said, future ready.
Naveen, if you can tell us what has been the 6-month report card for Essence Mediacom. You spoke about awards, but apart from that, in terms of business and new business pipeline.
Yes, I would say, as I said, that from a culture point of view, we want to retain the growth part of our culture very, very strongly, because we strongly believe that growth is very, very important going forward. So in the first 6 months, from a new business point of view, I think we would have converted almost $70 to $80 million worth of new business, which is almost like 700 to 800 crores worth of new business already converted. And another, I would say, $300 to $400 million in the pipe, 300 to 400 crores in the pipeline. So by the end of the year, I'm expecting that from a new business point of view, I would have converted almost $120 to $140 million of new business, which is fantastic, because if you see in the past, individually, we've not been able to cross $100 million any of these years before. So I would say, from a new business point of view, about $100 to $120 million, which is about 700 to 900 crores of new business. That's one. And the other way is from an existing client's point of view, I would say the way we are able to go back to our clients and offer them newer services that we have launched, so that they are able to future-proof themselves. So that is the other way in which we are growing.
On that note, Nick, when he was here, and I have his quote, he said that India is #1 on the list of the next big regions we are looking at. And also it could be potentially be double the size in the next 3 to 4 years. So how far are you in that path, in that journey, Naveen?
I think when Nick says this, we have to do it, right? So there is no 2 ways about it. Yeah. But having said that, if you look at the math, if you look at currently we are about I would say about $1,500 million US in terms of billings. Organic clients we expect to grow at about 20%. In terms of new business, assuming I'm able to add about $120 million worth of new business every year. So pretty much I would say in the next 3 to 4 years, we should double our size. We should definitely be about 3,000 million to anything between $3,500 million. So that's the size of the agency that we are talking in the next 3 years.
Third largest, so is being #1 on your ambition, Naveen?
So I would say, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's a very healthy competition. All the top 3 agencies in India now are Group M agencies.
Group M agencies. So healthy competition.
It's very healthy competition internally.
Yes.
Internally, definitely, I would say I want to be number 2 very soon. And sooner than next 3 years, want to be number 2 in the next.
So watch out, Ameen Lakhani.
No, I would say, yeah, watch out both Ajay Gupta and Ameen Lakhani. So here is a new kid on the block.
Okay. Finally, before we go, we are setting foot into the festive season. If you can tell us your expectations from this year's festival.
Yeah, you know, Shibani, what has happened this year has not played out the way it was supposed to play out. If you look at the first 6 months, I would say 2 things which have really, slowed down the growth in the first 6 months. One is, I would say, freak summers, and a funding winter. So by freak summers, what I mean, you've seen the way the rains have come in, and you've seen that we've hardly had summers in the north. And therefore, all the summer category brands in India in the first half of the season actually did not see the growth that they were expecting to see. And the funding winter, on the other hand, was basically all the startup clients who are getting heavily funded till last year actually put brakes on their spending because of the huge setback that they saw in terms of the funds coming into their businesses. Because of that, we saw a slowdown in the first 6 months of the year. Yeah. So the first 6 months of the year, I would say we did not see a double-digit growth. In fact, we saw a single-digit growth while India was still growing. In the next half of the year, now we are expecting overall the year to end at about 12% still, as per the Group M TYNY latest report, which means the second half of the year now needs to grow at least 15 to 16% to be able to make up for the first half of the year. So and also July and August have not been very big months, right? So which means September, we are sitting right now, September, October, November, 3 months where we are expecting clients to come back with a huge festival season on the back of Asia Cup right now, World Cup happening in October, November, on the back of festival spends, on the back of a lot of new launches. So yes, I'm very hopeful that we will look at about 15 to 16% growth in the next half of the year, which is H2 of 2023, resulting in overall 12% growth during the festival season, in overall year.
And any interesting patterns, any interesting trends that you're seeing around this time where, cricketing season is marrying the festive season, the way in which, marketers are doing their media investments, Naveen?
I would say it's become tougher given the funding winter that I was talking about. So I would say earlier cricket would be a very hot selling property, and this time around a lot of hard work is going into monetizing of cricket properties. There is a very good traction in the market right now. Having said that, there are a lot of other key launches like good reality shows, good mega launches by other networks also, which is also fueling a lot of interest on advertising spends. So I think cricket coupled with the other networks, which are obviously also planning to have big launches. Also, I would say an extended festival season. If you look at this time, Diwali is pretty late. Diwali is almost around the 11th or 12th of November, which means it gives you, rather than a 4-week or a 5-week festive, it almost gives you like a 8 to 9 week of festival activity, which also could help in brands wanting to extend their festival activity beyond 4 to 6 weeks. So these 3 things I would say should help us in getting in more revenues in the next 3 months, which are so critical for this year to perform well.
All the best for that, Naveen. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today and sharing your insights with us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Shibani.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.